So, as a beginner violin player, um, there's a few things I've already noticed. This is day six for me. Yay, day six! Look at me go. By the way, this haircut, COVID, had to do it myself. Thank you. I know it looks nice. So kind. Um, but something happened last night, so I joined some violin Facebook groups. Just for the extra support to try to learn a few things, watch a few videos, maybe put up a few videos just to see how I was doing. This is before I created the channel. I asked the question, so my violin, it kept losing brain fart. It kept losing its tuning. It kept losing everything. It would drop from like a D down to a C or an E down to an A, and the G would just, who the hell knows where that ended up. And I was like, that's the strangest thing, because I kept tuning it, it kept dropping. I kept tuning it, it kept dropping. So I was like, well, that's interesting. So I go to the violin group and I say, you know, why is it that it keeps losing the tuning? I thought it was because it was a beginner violin. I've been playing chords every day, thinking maybe it was the strings. Um, yeah, I wasn't exactly sure what the problem was. So I didn't get an answer for a while, and that's fine. I'm not expecting an answer for a while. But the bridge collapsed. So I propped it back up. I think I put it into a good position. I'm happy with it. And after that, it started holding the tune a lot better. I mean, it's constantly going to give attitude to you. The strings are only, a few days old now, so obviously it's going to take time for them to wear in. The part that I thought was interesting is that the admin on the page that I'm on, when I asked the question, they linked up violin teacher. We can teach you with our people, how to learn all these great tips and tricks to keep you going. And I wrote back, I don't have any money. Okay, great. Well, good luck to you. Now, coming from an admin on a page who could have answered a very, very simple question for me, but instead linked up, a spot that I could purchase this information. It was a little off-putting. And then I seen another gentleman was struggling with some similar issues where, he was playing through, and every time he hit, a certain chord, it just flatlined, it screeched out, and there was a bunch of other things. So I mentioned in the comments, you may want to check your tuning. I've not tuned to ear yet. I've just started playing. I have nobody teach me how to tune to ear. So I use my electric tuner, which I love. It's great, and it's going to keep me going for a while until eventually I can pick it up with my ear and know what to look for. Yes, do I think it's a good exercise to inevitably learn just tuning it up on your own accord and you're good to go? Absolutely, it's very important. However, the same thing happened to this gentleman, and also he had one of these things, which I haven't used yet because I don't even know what the hell it does, and I am a beginner. I think it goes like on here, or it goes on here to, I guess it's like a muter to tone down the sound of the strings, I guess. Anyway, I put it on. I didn't like it, so I didn't keep it on. But he had one of those on as well. So all I said was, make sure your violin's in tune. You can try using a tuner. And also, why do you have that on there? Maybe that's causing you some problems too. Teacher replies, or admin applies, oh, well, Arthur, we don't recommend using electric tuners. We recommend using our teachers. Sure, great. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. There's amazing teachers out there, tons of them. My question to you is this, is that can you not learn just on your own accord? Can you not self-teach yourself just by the sounds of the violin? Like, I'm sure that, some of the greatest violinists didn't have teachers, or at least they didn't very early on in their careers or when they first started learning. I mean, you think back to the 1700s, somebody growing up in a small town gets his hand on a violin. Chances are he doesn't have 40,000 people he can reach out to online to learn these things. So I don't know if I'm hurting myself fundamentally by learning on my own and not paying for a teacher. But I don't feel like a teacher at this early stage can teach me too much that I can't learn on my own, like online. I mean, I got my bow placement, I got my placement. I understand the fundamentals of the violin. I understand what it is I'm trying to accomplish. So I don't understand is why it's necessary for everybody to have a teacher. I've seen a lot of videos, beginner videos online, and everybody has a teacher. Like, is that something that's just expected? Is it something that is a must? Like, am I fundamentally hurting? Good word, new word. Am I fundamentally hurting myself for not using a teacher to learn the violin on my own accord? I don't know. I feel like I'm doing all right though. I'm still working on Hallelujah. I'm trying to fine tune it. I'm trying to make it so that it sounds good in my ear. Now, to you at home, it may not, but I'll play a little bit of it. Um, but yeah, I mean, is there something that a teacher can teach me about the sound that I can't learn on my own? I don't know. I feel like it's almost expected. There was a couple posts where, oh, my 12-year-old just got a new violin, and then 50,000 teachers popped up saying, oh, well, you can learn with me. First, if your child doesn't have interest in the violin, no teacher's going to teach them. Okay. And if you're not, as an adult learner, I'm 39 years old, turning 40 next month, but as an adult, if I'm not interested enough to self teach myself for at least a little while, then maybe I'm not interested to actually play the violin. I mean, how many people, go to the teachers and everything else and they don't actually want to go, or they're learning stuff that they don't want to learn? There were people on there saying, oh, I've been on, one chord for months now and I practice every day. How could you possibly be on one chord? And I'm not saying you as in you can't progress to a better, you're following the advice of the director or the teacher that's telling you what to do. But how do you not lose interest? Me personally, if I play the same song for like 4 days, I start getting bored of that song. So I'll play it till I feel like I've got it, and then I plan on moving on to another song. Anyway, this is day 6 of me learning the violin in general. So I'm going to play a little bit of Hallelujah. And if I'm doing something wrong, tell me. If there's something I could be doing better, tell me. Even if you don't want to give me the free advice, I get it, especially if you're a teacher. You guys have to make income because I know it's not easy, especially now during the pandemic. But just say to me, no, bro, for day 6, you absolutely need a teacher, right? Like, I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to take like 40 retakes, but. Yeah, I screwed up there. But I'll just play that line over. Obviously some hiccups there, but I mean, like I said, I'm on day 5. I can't imagine being still stuck on, the variants of the E string. And I'm sure it's not that basic. I'm sure you're not going to be paying for somebody to play one chord. There's probably, 1,000 variants on how to play each note on said chord. But I mean, I would think that would get boring. So if a teacher's needed, then maybe I should get one. But I don't know. I just feel like I could be self-taught, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that feel like they can, self-teach themselves too. Or is there like a certain time or a certain piece of music that if you can't play, you should, or you can't hear a certain intonation, you can't hear a certain tone, you can't hear the resonating. There's got to be something that you need to learn from somebody else, but maybe it just takes the time to bunker down and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until you're able to actually accomplish it. Like me with vibrato. I'm already trying it. I'm only on day 5, which I'm sure any teacher would tell me I was absolutely nuts for even trying it. But with me, I love learning new stuff, so that for me is a way to learn. don't expect any vibrato in any video. Anytime in the near future, I just think it sounds beautiful. So it's something I'd like to try. But as always, by all means, let me know your input. If you have a teacher, if you have a great teacher, I know there's thousands of them out there that are super dedicated, that'll fine tune the teaching down to you specifically. And I think that's the best thing, is that they learn you as an individual. And that's why when I see all these online teachers and, doing Zoom calls from other countries, and I mean, they're not going to learn you. They're going to correct what they see that they think they can justify a little bit better, and hope that you go on for the second take. So, by all means, yeah, let me know. Subscribe, like, and yeah, I want feedback. If you think I'm a giant fool, then sure, I'm a giant fool. Let me know. Because as far as I see it, I think I can learn to do this on my own, as far as having online and the internet as a guide to accomplish the goals I need to accomplish with it, and my ear to listen for the sounds that I want to make. Yeah, hopefully I'm right. Bye now.